For Acacia Reserve Hole 1, we are going to be playing it to the right side. You're going to use max right spin and 2 top spin in a tailwind. In a headwind, you can use 3 top spin, and you might have to use some overpower in a headwind. But here, you do max right spin, 2 top spin, and then you want to find that little funnel thing there where my ball guide is. Adjust your percent at max distance with a 10% over adjustment, and then give it about a half or a quarter ball of curl just where it's in the halfway line. If the wind is stronger, pushing from right to left, you want to give it a little bit more curl. The second shot is actually really good practice for finding the slider position of your club. Sometimes you get farther up or farther back and you're really not going to have a true min or a mid or a max. Sometimes you're going to have to find the slider of your club. Here I was at min club, so I spun my ball to the hole and then I adjusted min numbers with a 10% over adjustment. So the second shot will always be a 10% over adjustment, but you really need to find the slider of your club. The great thing I've noticed between the Grizzly and the Goliath is when you do hit a great ball, it doesn't affect it as much as the Goliath would. So I might have adjusted my ring slightly wrong on this one for it to go in, but I do like the Grizzly in the fact that if you hit great, it's not going to go so far out of the way like the Goliath does. But here on the drive, we are going to be doing a max adjustment at 10% over adjustment over our club. Here's a headwind. I only did 2 top spin because it was more of a crosswind. You find that little funnel and then adjust your shot at max distance with a 10% over adjustment. As you can see, I clipped the rough just a tiny bit, so I think if I used maybe 2.5 bars, it wouldn't have clipped the rough as much. But here on the second shot, we are going to find the slider of our club and then use our slider of our club with a 10% over adjustment. What I love about the Grizzly is its ball guide. So here I decided not to use any spin whatsoever on my shot, and I think I played it at 20% slider maybe. I can't exactly remember, but I used no spin on this shot because I trusted the ball guide, and it has an awesome ball guide. So I would really suggest using the Grizzly if you have it in a level 7 or 8 or above, and then adjust your shot at your slider with a 10% over adjustment. Here again, we are going to be going to the right side. We are going to do max right spin, and with the headwind this time I was a little smarter and used about 3 bars of top spin. You find the little funnel thingy, groove I guess is what you call it, where it kicks the ball guide down the center, and then you're going to adjust your shot at max distance with a 10% over adjustment, and then give it about a quarter ball of curl. Once again, we are going to find the slider of our club, and then you're going to adjust at the slider of your club with a 10% over adjustment. Here we have a stronger wind, so I used max right spin. I did 3 top spin to see how far it would go up in a stronger crosswind, You find the little funnel groove thing, and then you adjust your shot at max distance with a 10% over adjustment. When I'm further back and I'm not at min range of my club, I try to find the mid distance, and then I guess where mid is, and then I will spin my ball to the hole from the mid line, and then I will adjust my shot at mid distance with a 10% over adjustment. And remember guys, hit perfect. Happy golfing.